boys and girls, and welcome to episode 291 of Sonic Boom TV. This is another trip to Euclid Records to get the brand new Social Distortion album called Born to Kill. I made a special trip out there just to get it because I really want to hear this album. I don't have everything by Social Distortion, but they are a great band. I've been trying to pick up some stuff lately. I've got one more of their records that'll be on a different show that I recently got, and I have a bunch of stuff on CD, but don't have everything yet. I've got mainly the best ones that I wanted, but there's a couple later albums that I haven't gotten, but they've been away for like 15 years as far as the band themselves. Mike Ness, the singer, guitar player, he's had some solo stuff. I've got one of his albums. It's kind of a country-ish album, but they haven't been around. He had cancer, I believe. I don't know what type of cancer, but he beat it and is doing well and everything. So when I heard this album was coming out, I was like, man, I want to get that. And then I listened to, I think it was 2 songs they had videos. So they might have videos for more than 2, but definitely 2 that I watched, and I really liked them. I've seen people talk about it and say that it is not a punk rock album, but I've never thought of Social Distortion really as a punk rock band. I mean, they're from California. They're, right in the heart of that pop punk stuff, but they weren't really pop punk. But I don't know that they were really punk. They were just more of a rock and roll kind of band, and I think they would tell you this themselves, that they're a rock and roll band, but they kind of have that kind of punk edge to it, I guess. But as being like really a punk band, I don't know. I just never thought. But I've always loved them for a long time. I mean, I guess the second album was the first one I ever got in high school, and then I really started liking them when Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell album came out, and that was kind of probably their biggest hit album, I guess, that had that song Bad Luck on it and a couple other singles, but it's a really good band, and I just wanted to see what they were doing, and I think this album cover looks awesome. It's this cheetah or jaguar face. We got Social Distortion, Born to Kill. I don't know what color this is. I think it's black, but there are several different colors. I think there's like a splatter, yellowish, maybe yellow and purple, kind of like this cheetah. And I think there's a green version or something. I don't know. There's a couple different, not a whole lot, just maybe 3 or 4. And I don't think any of them say on the sticker, but they say on the back. Some of them have a sticker over this price tag. So that's why I think it's the black version, because it doesn't have the sticker over this for a color. I did pick up a couple other things too, but this is the main reason I went over to Euclid today at the record store, and the price on this was $28.99. I thought it was going to be a little more than that for some reason. I thought maybe I saw it online for like $35 or something like that. So that was a good price. He did give me a discount at the register, and I don't know if he gave it to me just because he likes my business or whatever. I don't know, or if it's just because when I went up there, he told me the price was like, I think he said $57, and I was like, man, I just made it under the $60 that I plan on spending, or today. And he goes, hold on, and he did something, and I think he gave me 10% off or something. And so the total went down to like 51 or something like that. So thanks, Lefty. You're the man. I talk good about your store all the time. Anyway, I forgot to put my Euclid hat on. I got a Batman hat, but whatever. But anyway, I'm glad I was able to go get this. And I love this cover, man. It's just an awesome cover, and then the back cover is the band members. The song that Born to Kill is one of the videos I saw, which is probably the more popular one right now. Maybe No Way Out was the other one. I can't remember. I just know there was one. It's a 2 LP. I didn't realize that. So it's got 3, 4, and 3. So 10 songs on 2 discs. No side D. I don't know if it's gonna be plain or an etching or something, but let's get into it. Oh, he also gave me this brand new sticker. It's another Euclid Records sticker. It's a shrimp in a hat and sunglasses holding the Euclid record other sticker. That pink one is the other sticker that they used to have. So we're going to put him up here with the others that we've been putting up here for now. Old Snakey's starting to curl. I got to do something about that. But anyway, so he just says Social Distortion Born to Kill in a sticker. It is a gatefold. So you know what we do with gatefolds? We open them. Take them out. Wow! Oh, the cover is not glossy. It looked glossy underneath the plastic, but it's a matte finish. It's really nice. It's cool looking. I wonder if that's like blacklight or something. That'd be cool. Or if it glowed in the dark, it'd be even cooler. And we've got the guitar in there with some lyrics and stuff. Got the little classic little skull drinking and smoking kind of thing. I used to have a couple shirts, Social Distortion, and they fell apart. As you can see this shirt right here. This is what happens to all my shirts. They start to get a hole right there, and then it just spreads. I don't know what causes that, but it's been a problem. Okay, so we looked at that. We looked at that. Very cool. Very cool. I'm not sure who else is in the band these days. I don't know if it's original members. I don't know if I can remember their names. I know Mike Ness, but let's see if it says anybody else that I recognize. Social Distortion is Mike Ness, Johnny Wickersham, Brent Harding, and David Hidalgo Jr. Hidalgo, maybe. Hidalgo? Hidaigo. I don't remember. I don't recognize their names. I know one of them. One of their members died years ago, but I don't remember his name either. Unfortunately. So we've got. Let's see, we got plain black sleeves. Not polylined or anything like that. We got black vinyl. Got the cool little guy on the front, or side A. Side B. Let's see what side C looks like. The same thing. Side C. Oh. Side C. And then side D is an etching of that same thing. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, that's probably the best we're going to get with the ring light reflecting. But it's the same thing as that skull and little guy. So I'm really looking forward to this, listening to this. Got to get me a new stylus, needle, whatever we call it, for my record player, but I don't play this anyway because I've been sitting around for weeks and I've only played like one record, as I mentioned in the last video. So I'll get to it. I'm trying not to go crazy spending money right now, but I did anyway. I bought these and I ordered my friend from Dead Broke Records. I ordered his one of his bands is called can't think what it's called. I don't know what it's called. It's late. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Something. Something. I don't know. I'll think of it. But anyway, let's get back to what I'm doing. So we got another album I picked up. Was Dash Rip Rock Cowpunk. This one was $14.99, and of course he gave me a discount. But there was another one in there that was $25.99, and I don't know why. Neither one of them were sealed. So I don't know if the other one, there was something different about it or whatever, but Dash Rip Rock for $14.99 sounds great to me. This is a band that I showed in another video. This is this isn't one of their regular albums. I think it's a live album because it says recorded at Rancho de la Luna and Joshua Tree. I don't know, and I don't think I saw this on the list of their regular albums. That could be wrong, but it's got songs that I know of that are old songs. Like there's DMZ, Johnny Ace. Let's see what else that I know. Jolie, and then there's this. I'm not gonna say it, but you can read it. See what that says? Bad words for these guys. But they're usually pretty funny and everything. So I don't know. I love this band. So I don't. It's on Drag Snake and Whiskey Tan Records. I don't know. I don't know this one. So never heard of it. So I got it because, well, I wanted it. but it was $14.99. I couldn't beat that. And we've just got the black record with that. Doesn't look like it's been played. It's got a little dust bunnies on it from the paper sleeve, but besides that, looks brand new. So I don't know that this was used. I don't know. Sometimes they do that. Like they did that on one of the Better Than Ezra albums that I picked up from them. There was one that had a price of like $5 more than the other one, and they were both exactly the same. So I don't know. Maybe they get different shipments of stuff and it costs more or less. I don't know. But so we've got this poster like liner notes and lyrics. I don't know if this is live or not, or just redone songs, or maybe those songs that like DMZ. I know that's on a live album that I have on CD, and then we got more lyrics and stuff. Let's see if it says anything. Dash Rip Rock, guest musician, blur. Additional vocals recorded by Jay and Wesley at studio in the country in Bogalusa, Louisiana, Preston, New Orleans at record plant. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm going to listen to this too. I'm going to listen to this one and the other one that I bought, their new album, back to back when I listen to them. It's going to be awesome because it's Dash Rip Rock, and if you know them, and this term cow punk, it's because they're like countrified punk rock in some cases. And I think they've grown more that way since they started. I mean, they were more in the beginning, they were more of a punk rock band, but they were like countrified punk rock. I mean, not countrified, Cajun-fied punk rock. So they were funny too. They had some hilarious songs. They used to have a T-shirt that they sold that I always wanted to get, and I missed it every time. They were like sold out or didn't have my size or whatever for some reason. And back in the day, I was a much smaller person. It said, instead, like the Public Enemy had the Fear of a Black Planet album. I think it was an album. Well, they had Fear of a Cajun Planet T-shirts that looked like the same thing as the Public Enemy thing. So I always wanted that, but I couldn't get it. It never worked out for me. I saw them a bunch of times back in the 90s. I mean, probably 20, 30 times. Them and Better Than Ezra and Cowboy Mouth were played at everything. You know, those are the New Orleans area bands that did good, you know, on one level or another. Better Than Ezra was more successful than all of them. But they played a lot of the same things. They played a lot of the same festivals and stuff like that, and they just were everywhere for the mid to late 90s, I guess. But Dash Rip Rock sang that song, Let's Go Smoke Some Pot, which is a parody of Let's Go to the Hop. You've probably heard it if you were around the 90s. funny song, and all their stuff is funny. They sing a song about the bridge that's right down the street from here. It's the Causeway, called the longest bridge in the world. And it is technically the longest bridge over water in the world. That was that. I picked up on the way out, my buddy, I guess we're buddies, I don't know, let's say buddy, my friend, Bobby's magazine, Paranoids, number 66. He's got, featuring an interview with the Suplex, the Checkpoint Charlie Memorial. Checkpoint Charlie was a bar that bands played at, a lot of heavy bands, like, hardcore metal and stuff played there. I went to a couple shows there. It's a weird little place, or it was. The New Orleans Scene Report, reviews, rants, and ramblings, not much else. Paranoids. This is a free magazine. If you go around New Orleans to the record stores and stuff, he puts them in all those. Then there is $2 if you want to get it shipped to you, I guess. It's a pretty cool little thing. He's on the more extreme side of stuff that he does, but he goes to a lot of shows. He's my age, probably might be older than me, and the dude don't stop. He's always going to shows, always supporting what he loves, and I don't have all of these magazines. I have a bunch of them, but whenever I see them, I try to pick one up. The legend is that issue number 4 is lost forever. I don't know if he ever found a copy. He didn't keep a copy of it for himself for some reason, and he was uploading them all to the internet, like making PDFs and stuff, and he didn't have number 4 to scan or do whatever, and so it's lost. And I think he's got there's a story about Pantera in it. Sometimes he's got more pictures than others. Sometimes he's got more ads than others, but he's got a lot of. I don't know if this is that's a lot of people buying ads there. I don't know if that's one ad for all that stuff. Sheer Terror Records, okay. But yeah, if you're into like extreme metal, black metal, thrash, like grindcore and all that stuff, all the heavy stuff, this guy will hook you up with some crazy stuff. He's always coming up with some rare lost gem that he finds and gets it on the internet for people to listen to on like YouTube. I got something hanging off my hat. And the last thing I got, which I bought for the cover alone, I don't know really what it is, but The Invisible Man, and it's got this comic book cover, and it says, "No, I'm not bandaged because of an injury, doctor, for as you will see when I remove them, that I have become completely invisible." Dun, dun, dun. But I think it's a spoken word kind of thing, telling the story of the Invisible Man. But this cover is awesome. I just loved it. When I saw it, I said, "Oh man, I got to get that. I hope it's not expensive." And it wasn't. It was only $7.99. Probably got 10% off of that too. But it's they got some others that they show. So it's a series of different ones. You got Invisible Man, Black Beauty, Call the Wild, The First Man on the Moon, Journey to the Center of the Earth, Time Machine, Mutiny on the Bounty, War of the Worlds, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Around the World in 80 Days. Classic stories. And I guess they're all like, just, I don't know if they're just somebody telling the story or if it's like a play that you're listening to or where there's actors in it or not. I don't know. I guess I probably could read this. Great movie, adventures in sound and story. Yes, spoken word, even as they tell me. Look, I'm just going to do this. And you guys can like pause it or whatever. Take a screenshot or whatever it takes to try to read that. I'll just hold it there for a few seconds. And you can find out what it is. I don't know what it is. And we've got... the record is super clean. I looked at it before I bought it. It's got fingerprints on it, thanks to me, but very, very clean record. Usually when I see stuff like this, it's got scratches on it, but this has got few little hairlines. Barely can even see them. It looks very clean. Doesn't look dirty or dusty really at all, except for the fingerprints I put on it. So, you know, might be high quality sound. You never know. That's all I got, guys, on this trip to the record store. I didn't even go look at the dollar bin stuff because I didn't want to come home with 40 records today. Just didn't want that to happen. But what I got, I'm very happy with. You know, you can never go wrong with a Dash Rip Rock record or album or anything by them. And the new Social Distortion. Great stuff. I am thinking very hard about doing a comic book show. I think I'm going to come up with a name in the next day or two for that show. It'll have to be on this channel for right now. Same channel, just different. It'll just be a different show. You know, they'll be two different shows. But I wanted to do it on TikTok because I feel like I could get more viewers on there. But you gotta do the video, you know, portrait mode instead of landscape. I hate portrait mode. And I don't feel like you can show as much. And 90% of the videos I see that people talk about comics or records or anything on there, that it's not shows really, it's mostly just a minute or two, but they're all backwards, and I don't want my video to be backwards. If I'm showing comics or records or something, I want you to see the cover, you know. So if like, you know, if I show you Dash Rip Rock, I don't want you to say, what does that say? Because right now when I'm videoing, it is backwards, because it used to film me forward and then do whatever. But now it films me backwards. So whatever I'm seeing right now is backwards. But when I transfer it to the computer, it's the right way, and then when I upload it. But I don't know how that works on TikTok, because I guess you would have to record yourself first and then upload it to it. But I think if you record yourself like kind of like a live video that you're recording, I think it's backwards, and I don't know if you can flip it or not. I don't know much about TikTok. I just been playing with it and, you know, watching a lot of comic shows and stuff like that on there. You know, people do a lot of what I do, you know, as far as showing things, just, hey, this is what I got today. It's Wednesday, new comic book day, or whatever, that kind of stuff, and show. But I think with comics, I could do a little more than I've been doing with the record stuff, because I tell myself I want to do these theme shows for records and CDs and all that stuff, and I just never do it. And I don't know why, you know, but I don't know. But if I did it for comics, I would have more to talk about, because I've collected comics way longer than I've collected music and records, and so you know, seriously anyway, you know, I probably started comics in like 1983, and you know, I've started getting some cassettes and stuff around that time, but it was late 80s before I really started like collecting CDs and you know, cassettes and all that stuff. And then I got some records, and then records went away, and then through the 90s and stuff, that was when I really was blowed up on CDs and stuff. And then after that I did records. Maybe I want to say maybe 10 years ago now, maybe it's a little longer, that I started really getting into records a little bit, and then it just grew and grew and grew and grew, and now it's grown so much that I don't know what to do with this stuff. But anyway, that's that. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to do a comic book show, Batman hat, but I'm not sure yet. I gotta find a name for it. I've thought a couple names, and then I looked up to see if there's anybody else that's got that, and of course they do. It's hard to come up with a name with the word comics in it or something, because somebody's already done it. I even tried what did I call it? Comics Boom. I was gonna say that was gonna be my keep it in the family kind of name for it. So it was gonna be Comics Boom TV. But there is someone that's got I think it's Comic Boom, but it's a comic book show, so I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And I had about 8 or 10 of them I thought of earlier today, and every one of them somebody's got already. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna have to be something totally ridiculous, I'm sure, to just have it so where nobody else has got the name. So anyway, that's it for this episode. If you're in New Orleans, go to Euclid Records. It's a great place. There's so much stuff in there that I wanted today. I was just, oh man, I was fuming that I couldn't just spend $1 million today. It was, no, it really wasn't. But I really, like, if I won the lottery and I went in there today with some money, I'd come back with a lot of stuff. They had so much stuff I wanted today. They even had the Power Pop thing, this album that I got from the people in Spinning Around store in Pennsylvania. And it was like $10 cheaper than what I paid for it. And I was like, oh man, if I'd have just known that and I would have walked in there today, I could have got it. He had it. I think he had 2 copies of it, maybe more. The guy that it was in line with me at record store day that wanted it too was in there today when I went, and he had it. He had it in his hand. And I was like, look at that. He got it. I didn't ask him how much it was or anything, but I went and I was looking around, and there was a section of like not soundtracks, but compilation albums. And there was one section that said Soul Jazz. So I, because that's the record, Soul Jazz Records. And I went over there and I looked, and sure enough, there was another one in there, and that's why I knew the price. I think it was like $35, and I feel like I paid $45 for this, $44. Wait, you know what? I bet it's in here. The show was supposed to end a few minutes ago, but here we go. We're going to go to 30 minutes. I paid $40.98. Okay, so it was $5 cheaper because I think it was $35. I think that's what I said. Is that what I said? $35. So still, I could have got it a little cheaper, and I wouldn't have had to pay shipping. So there you go. Now that's it. We're gonna get out of here. Go to Euclid Records. Check them out. They're a great store. Lefty's the man. And I don't know if they got a guy named Righty there, but they really should. But go check them out. They're really good, really cool people. And tell them I sent you. That'll be something, right? It won't get you a discount, I don't think, but you could try it. Anyway, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.